Today, I just wanted to kind of highlight a little bit of a toxicity that kind of sometimes comes with self-improvement. So if you're watching this channel, you probably know what self-improvement is at least. And so, you're working on yourself, you're trying to, fix yourself up. And there's kind of a message that, a lot of self-improvement people, put out, and they don't just say, like F your friends, but they'll say basically, you shouldn't put them first. They shouldn't really be a priority for you. And most of the time, the way they say it, it's fine. They're like, you just shouldn't put as much time and energy into them. You should just work on yourself. But, you can still have them in your life sometimes. But sometimes I think it just gets translated into, F your friends. They don't matter. It's all about you. And it is really hot in this car. Can I? Perfect. All right, it's gonna be nice and cool in here now. There we go. So that's kind of where it all, stems from, is not valuing your friends. And it's really hard because you do want to work on yourself. You do want to improve yourself. And that does mean sacrificing time with your friends. But it's just really hard trying to find that balance between, your friends and yourself. And for self-improvement, it's interesting because really it is about yourself. But to keep a good balance in life, even if it is going to be like unbalanced for a while, to make sure it doesn't get too unbalanced is to not actually do it for yourself, but to do it for them, right? So you're taking this time off, you're improving yourself, but why are you doing it? Because if it truly is for yourself, then that's just selfish. Like, just being honest, if you're just doing it for yourself, that's completely selfish. Whatever you guys have to say, you can say it, but that is the truth. And so instead, when you do it for your friends, when you're improving yourself so that your friends enjoy being around you more, so that, your family enjoys living with you, so that your future girlfriend, your future wife, they enjoy your presence more and they want to be with you, right? That's what self-improvement is supposed to be, I believe. And, when I get on self-improvement, I've been on and off for a while, but when I do that, usually that's what's in the front of my mind is I want to improve myself so that my friends enjoy hanging out with me more, and so that my future girlfriend and wife, will want to stay with me, and so that I'll be able to raise my future kids well, stuff like that. And of course, I want to do it for God. I want to follow him more. Following God is part of self-improvement for me, just being stronger in my faith and stuff like that. That is a big part of self-improvement for me right now too. Probably the biggest. But yeah, really I think that's the best way to go about it. Because if you are truly doing it for yourself, then it's just going to lead you down a hole of, I guess, being egotistical, but also just down a path of loneliness and sadness, which, is a lot of what self-improvement tries to fix deep down inside. But really, if you're sacrificing the people around you, then it's not going to fulfill you, right? We're social creatures, we're social beings, we're spiritual beings, and that means that we have to, be social. And, obviously things that you're doing in self-improvement are going to be for yourself, right? You're working out, you're growing in your faith, you're doing all this stuff for you. But when you have people at the forefront of your mind, then really in your heart, that's what you're longing for. You're longing for them, for better connections with them, and not just, for yourself. That, I believe, is what's going to lead to full fulfillment. And, some people, if they're not into self-improvement, I've heard a lot going around too that, if your friends don't have the same mindset as you should just leave them. You should find better friends. And to an extent, that is true. I believe if they really just go against your faith or in your beliefs, then they probably shouldn't be people that you're hanging around with a lot. But also, I don't believe that if they're not on self-improvement or they're not like in the same stage of life as you, that you shouldn't be friends with them necessarily. But you just have to make sure that you try to convey the message that you need to work on yourself so that your friendship can be better. And you need to make sure that they know and understand that you do need time to yourself. Because I can understand people, they have like a really tight friend group, and they're hanging out with them all the time, and then they go into self-improvement and their friends are like, hey, why aren't you hanging out with us more, and they kind of get mad. They kind of resent you a little bit because they're like, why aren't you with us anymore? We like you, we like hanging out with you. And it is really hard to convey that message to them. And honestly, sometimes it might not even work, as much as you try to just, make them understand that it's for them. Sometimes they just, don't like it as much and don't want to go through that with you. And at that point, if they're not willing to, kind of push through it with you, if they're not willing to, let you be on your own and they just want you there, honestly, if they're the ones that are, going to cut you off, that's kind of a point where it's like, you shouldn't be friends with them anyways, because they're not willing to go through that with you, right? And that's probably the last thing, is that just going through self-improvement with people, that also is actually kind of important. Like, it is self-improvement, you're always improving on yourself, but having a good group of friends that are there to support you and, there to cheer you on, even if they're not necessarily doing much other than that with in your self-improvement, then, those are the kinds of friends that you want to have. And so if they don't want to go through that with you, then yeah, you really shouldn't be friends with them. You shouldn't just deal with them. But anyways, that's about it for today. It's so hot in here, even though I have the air conditioning on. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an incredible, what day is it today? Monday? Sunday? Monday. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. I just got back from church a few hours ago. So yeah, hope you guys are having a great Sunday, and God bless.